Better. What's up, everybody? We're down one.
There we go.
I'm here.
You are here. That was my mistake.
Well, I just got here, so.
Okay. That's the backgrounds. There's the overlays. There we go. So, episode 3, guys. We are now into Act 1. I did see your question. I will go ahead and type you an answer in just a second. Make sure we hit all of our Discords and message our friends and see if we can get to pop by this tonight. But, man, I love seeing this intro every time. Let's watch it again. I love that intro. It is so much cooler than me. So our intro was made by our very own Joff here at Vibe Tribe. And special thanks to all of our crew that work behind the scenes to make sure that all of this is possible. Guys, are we ready?
No. Well, sure.
No.
Maybe.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe. Sure. Let's do this. Fuck it.
It's time whether we're ready or not.
Oh,
it's been 3 years. We might as well.
Exactly, right? Oh, man. I was actually late getting started, so I'm trying to get all of my materials put together here.
Well, hey, while Eric's doing that, I got a cool new t-shirt in the mail. You guys can find it at the Vibe Tribe store online. And we can match.
That is a nice shirt.
Very
and
nice.
I left mine in my closet.
Very soft. And the tag isn't scratchy.
I know.
Very sensory friendly.
I have a Vibe Tribe sticker on my work tea mug.
Hey.
Very cool.
I can help too.
And I'm still making some more updates for our very own Vibe Tribe website.
Technically, I just have to draw on here and say Vibe Tribe. Go on one of my tattoos. It'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Ooh. Just freaked out. There's a flash on my screen on my left. I went, oh no, what did I do? But it was just the map changing, so we're good. Everybody can.
Yeah, that was what did I do?
Whew.
That was what did I do? Ah, all right. I got to take off some of these extra tabs. I've been so busy working on another project lately. For those of you who don't know, not only do I have the wonderful tisms, but I also got ADHD, and I have an idea, and then I hyper focus on it. So, yeah, I've just been a little busy working on another project on the side. As long as I don't have any more ideas, I still have enough material to go for games for the next 20 years.
Woo.
Yay! Please, does anybody want a campaign? I'll give you one. But bring it in, guys. You have traveled out across the world, various locations, and have been trained for the past 3 years in seclusion. And finally, you've reached a point where you are completely capable of taking care of yourself and being aid to others. At this point in time, regardless of whether or not your teacher thinks that you're ready to do what is coming to go, letters have also come to reinforce the idea that it's time to bring everyone home. And so you all begin your journeys. Moving by land and sea. One of you might have been able to travel by air, but, the distance was too short. We all slowly reach the town of Godfrey. As soon as there it is. Godfrey serves as a central hub for trade and commerce, attracting merchants and travelers from far and wide. The town is strategically located near important trade routes, making it an ideal destination for merchants to conduct business and exchange goods. Its prime location fosters economic growth and ensures a steady influx of visitors and opportunities. The town is wide and just constantly growing, but the town itself is relatively quaint. It's the farmlands, the ranches, the small town of Godfrey with its massive expanse of land that it controls provides food and livestock of varying sorts to almost everywhere in the world. As you all return and get into this place, this small town, quaint, humble origins, growing into this agrarian metropolis, you begin to catch the eye of others in your group, seeing old friends. The floor is yours.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm muted. I didn't know I was unmuted, but so that I didn't know that uh-oh got heard. Um, um, let's see. So Davin will stand like at a distance. I'm assuming is there a dock or where do we know where we're meeting? Is it just in the city somewhere, or have we been told a location? Or
the letters that you received mentioned that you should all be arriving within the day of each other.
okay,
And you only need to wait in the market square.
okay, all right.
So who arrived on the first day?
Well, I'll let Davin go since I've
All
already
right.
kind of started talking.
Davin got here quickest.
So Davin has been taking in the landscape. He has been keeping an eye on things, mostly more out of just wondering how much has changed in 3 years. I'm sure we've gotten like correspondence here and there of things, but we've not gotten, the full scope of everything. But so he would take time to see this city and enjoy. Hey, there's actually life, and there's actually um, people, and they seem, for the most part, okay. It's been a long 3 years. His cool. His strength is that's kind of the main thing that would show in Davin, is that he is big and strong. Like that is and he has gotten bigger in quotations, in that he now holds himself taller, stouter, with a sense of, I now have the tools that I need to protect. So now that is what I am going to do. He will have found an inn near the market, to just lay his bags down and have a place to, when we all get together, to sit and recollect. He has a little bit of money, so he would have held on to that. And so he's gotten a couple of rooms for us so that when we eventually come together, we won't have to worry about where we're staying. And then he will sit who will sit in the square. Probably would have grabbed something to eat because he gets hungry. It's been he wasn't a big fan of the food in Alfhurst, so he will be sitting in the square just waiting, ale, a thing of like food, cheap like meat and bread, and just wait.
Okay. Who else arrives on the first day?
I think Penny would arrive on the first day. After 3 years of sparse correspondence, I think that they would be eager to try and see Cyprus again, and would be specifically looking for him first, and then everybody else kind of second. Do secret things in the secret chat. Now I'm nervous. And
It's not a secret thing. It's just not wanting to interrupt you, but it didn't work.
secret. Also, I wanted to retcon a descriptor for Penny from our first episode of Penny having kind of mousy hair. Penny 3 years ago had long brown hair, and now Penny stands on the dock with shorter cropped hair, almost as if they took a pair of scissors to it themselves. So it's not very even, it's pretty shaggy. They're like, oh, it's been 3 years, I want to get a change. And I think as Penny stands on the docks at first, they have a slip of parchment in their hand, and they just kind of crumple it up and then toss it into the water before walking forward and going into the town to look for Cypress and everybody.
Well, Cypress's boat hasn't arrived yet, but as you do first see David as he's coming out of the inn, just coming out to the market square just to look around. He may have gotten bigger, but what you notice is that he came from a good hardy town, mining folks, and as a son of a blacksmith, he was always big as a practicing blacksmith himself. But wherever he was, and whatever training he was doing, he has lost every bit of the baby fat. And so anytime you see a muscle move, you see the muscles underneath. You're not sure if he's actually bigger, but he looks bigger.
He was always tall, but he's now like just ripped. Yeah.
Truly was eating the protein and nothing else on his 3 years of training.
Mostly protein, some carb, because you can't
Just a little
not
bit
have
carb.
Just a little bit carb.
Just a little bit carb.
Just,
But one piece of lembas bread will feed you for
there you go.
Yep.
That part.
Can we add lembas bread as part of our inventory options now? Now that you've made a canon in this world?
That was a joke. It's not canon. However, good berries.
Good berries are just pure protein, is what I'm gathering from that.
That's the alternate good bacon spell.
Yeah. That's what Penny's version of good berry is. I think Penny is going to see Damon from across the square and be a little self-conscious at first, and a little like, is that him? And then start to kind of like slowly approach, very out of their depth for 3 years of not having communication with a friend.
The moment Davin sees Penny, he will like rush to them.
As you rush towards Penny, unexpectedly, a bird swoops down out of the sky and starts screeching at you. And as you have a second, that's not a bird. A small dragon is hissing at you and landing on her shoulder.
Their shoulder.
So, their shoulder. I apologize.
It's been 3 years. Penny's gonna be like, no, it's fine. Friend, this is our friend. It's fine. Just kind of like pet the dragon.
Penny?
Damon?
Yes. Hey, and he will like reach out to like give like the hug, but he will not. He's kind of like waiting, but he'll like do to reach out.
Penny just fully just jumps into his arms and
Awesome.
just arms around the neck. Good old friend hug.
Yes, good friend hug.
Yep.
Just tight and strong, and not too strong, because he is still uncertain about his strength.
Oh no, actually, can you crack my back for me? I haven't had anyone to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Just bird people
just
could paper bones could not get it to crack.
Oh, and he will just like take you and just do
oh,
that quick. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
And then he'll like sit you down. Like, it's good to see you.
great to see you. It's been 3 years. What happened to you?
A lot.
Yeah.
He'll like scratch and just. I've gotten. I guess being around weapons and armor and making it all time puts that into perspective. So, and you'll notice like there's a sword on his back and a shield. Um, uh, um, um, just and chainmail, just armor, and he's very just not decked out, but just looks very um, it was hard, but it was worth it. Hopefully, so we'll see how who is this? What is
This is Eric. Did we make a name? Do I get to choose his name?
You get to choose their name.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
I need a second.
This is random name generator.
This is Smooches. Smooches. He's my dragon. I have a dragon.
Dragon?
I have a dragon, and his name is Smooches.
Awesome. Well, Smooches, I am Davin. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Does
Do I
Smooches
control
like
Smooches?
Davin?
That's an excellent question. Smooches is cautiously indifferent
Love it.
to Damon right now.
Nice. Well, I guess you're here because of the letter we all received. I got here like this morning. So I just got here ish,
Is anyone else here? Have you seen Cypress?
I haven't seen anyone yet. Not yet, anyway. But it's early. Come, like let's sit and talk and catch up. I mean, it's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The inn itself is a 3-story Tudor-style building. It is the nicest building in town. Because of all the travelers that come through, they try and keep it something very, very nice. And obviously, then the kitchen actually has a way to exit all the way just straight to the outside of the building, because the large overhang creates a nice porch where it's a cafe set up on the outside of the inn.
So that's where I think we should sit here. I have a table. I got a table. Davin just he sits, and there's already another, like there's a pitcher. There's a pitcher. There's like a big pitcher of like ale and water, and then just a few cups. And he's like, "Have a drink, if whatever you want."
Thank you. And Penny sits down, and I think Smooches crawls off of their arm onto the table and just kind of starts sniffing around. And Penny reaches into their pocket and pulls out a little piece of Goodberry and hands it to Smooches. And then Smooches just starts like munching on it.
Nice. So, what have you been up to? What have you been up to? What's been?
Surprisingly, a lot of arts and crafts. And they hold up their hands, and they're a little bit scarred and kind of like punctured with like X-Acto knife blade bits. I learned how to to carve the living crystals for the spirits. Not much else, I'm afraid. There was a lot of nature that I was able to see, and not much else. Books, I suppose. Um, what about you?
Well, I um kind of went home, but not really home. Not my original home. The home of my father and his life. I went there. Um, I worked with my cousin Celeste, and it was interesting. Um,
Interesting.
she's she's great. She's great. Uh, he kind of chuckles a bit.
I hope you don't find it offensive if I think you're lying, but
I don't find it offensive at all. It was rough. It was hard. It was difficult getting to know her and that side of my family, and um, being pushed beyond what I thought I could do, but kept trying. I kept doing what I could. I kept doing what I wanted to. Um, and it wasn't easy. Definitely wasn't easy. But I've gotten a lot better, and I know a little magic, which is kind of awesome.
you can do magic
And
now.
yeah, I can do some magic, and um, it's he kind of sighs, and um, it's been challenging but rewarding. Hopefully, it'll do some good in the world.
Let's
Uh,
let's let's hope so.
yeah, I'm looking
Did
forward to.
you?
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to meeting everyone else. It's been a little
Same.
hard being away for so long.
This was the first time that Cypress and I have been apart since we met. Um, I don't know how he would have taken it, and I'm eager to see what all has happened to him and
Well,
to the rest of you.
yeah,
Really,
yeah. I mean, so you can now do. You've been able to do that before, though, right? Summoning,
uh, I
or
suppose
you were just aware of it.
I
That's
was
it.
aware of it.
That's
My
it.
where I grew up, it was easier there because of the land and how it interacted with the magic and all of that, and
Mm,
I suppose I was able to do it a little bit myself, but um, since I left the Sacred Lands, it was getting
challenging.
harder. Yeah,
Yeah.
more taxing to do
Mm,
so.
but you've learned to do it better. I guess that's the way to think of it.
Better, more efficiently,
Mm,
I think you would say.
that makes sense.
Um, I mean, I was able to get smooches here, so I
Oh,
must have been doing something correct.
excellent. So Smooches is a little summon.
Yeah, yeah. Smooches has kept me company.
Well,
Uh, Davin, if
yes.
you don't mind my asking, what happened to your father? Were you ever able to find him?
Sure. So out of game, I actually did something. I wrote something
Oh
down.
no. Oh God.
I made a D6 chart. It's on this little piece of paper. I made a D6 chart to find out what happened. And I wanted to do this live on the game.
Ooh.
So so we shall. Oh, I don't know if I don't know if it'll work. It's been a minute since I've done the D20, but we'll find out.
For everybody at home, I wrote in our private chat that Smooches is my son.
Let's see. Is this gonna work? Oh, it did. Yay.
It worked.
Nice. So roll D6. So I had 6 options. I paid it a D6. They ranged from, and I'll just kind of, it ranged from essentially death with no chance of like resurrection, like he's dead, to he's alive and well, and just he was fine, everything was cool, everything's been great. I put one number where status is unknown, and that is what I just rolled.
The mystery.
And I thought you were going to give yourself trauma.
Yeah, I kind of have.
The dice decides.
Yeah, I wanted the dice to decide what happened.
The dice said you don't know yet.
Yeah, so
roll for trauma.
So back in game, here we go. He will you ask the question and he will like pause and he'll look out into the crowd.
As you guys are looking out into the crowd, you do hear a bit of a commotion coming from the docks. This isn't on my manifest. This doesn't, if it's not on my manifest, it doesn't go on this boat. At which point, this voice, it's innocuous, it's calm, it's pleasant. Must have been some mistake. This is supposed to go on that boat right there. Are you sure it's not on your manifest? As he sits here and look, I've already looked at it twice and oh. All right. Well, my apologies. As he starts waving over somebody, get this box on that boat. As the person who sits here, placating to the individual, thank you, sir. As he turns around, it starts to sort of scratch his head, and as he does, the hood falls, and you see 2 long ears.
Oh. I thought there was going to be some kind of weird, like, face-melting eldritch horror of a moment, so this is much better.
And then Cypress's face melts off. See, it's Cthulhu the whole time.
So you're just essentially bringing out my Aarakocra's backstory from one of our from one of my private.
That's exactly it. But yeah, you see Cypress calmly and chilly, unfurling the hood, putting both ends of the cloak over the shoulders. It's been 3 years, and so Cypress is wearing a kind of like a woven leather like armor-ish that looks very flexible, very lightweight. It's been 3 years in the cold north, and so he is definitely relishing this more temperate climate down here. So the cloak comes, over both shoulders, no sleeves, and you can tell that from his fur, it looks like what before was like covered in, some tattoos is now from wrist all the way up to shoulder, possibly more, is just filled with like arcane writing tattoos. That looks like it's been added on periodically and healed. One eye, his left eye, is still glowing green. His fur's a little bit more gray, especially around the muzzle and like the base of his ears. He's got a handled weapon over one shoulder, so he can reach up and grab it. There's a short bow that's kind of loosely tucked underneath the cloak itself, and he's got on his belt like a leather satchel. You can kind of see the edge of a like a leather-bound book poking out. He's got vials and like just supplies in kind of various pockets and pouches along this strapped armor. And as he stretches and cricks out his neck and arches his back, he stops for a moment, eyes kind of unfocused, runs over to a bush and just throws up. Because it's been a long boat ride and he's been holding it in and being a very brave boy, but it is nerve-wracking, and the act of having solid ground under his feet is just blissful that he had to empty his stomach contents of all alcohol and bread to keep him, grounded. And that's where we find him, is slowly dry heaving the last bit of his snacks, wiping his mouth, and all right, and turns around.
Do we see all of that?
Yeah.
I would hope so. Yeah. Otherwise, that's just for the NPCs, and what do they know? But
absolutely disgusting. Just
your perceptions were way higher than his stealth. And however, you did out sleight of hand the. Oh my God! What's the name of the profession for the person who runs the dock and the shipping?
Harbor Master.
Harbor Master. Thank you.
The dock man.
Harbor Master.
Harbor Master.
Fallout 4 is one of my favoriteest games of all time. So Harbor really had an impact on this California boy. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about sleight of hand for that Harbor Master. There's nothing bad in that box. It was just misplaced and needed to go on that thing.
Okay.
Penny's going to slowly take a drink of water, knowing full well that boat is either going to blow up or go into some eldritch horror as soon as it leaves the dock.
The contents of that box could be perfectly legitimate. The only thing is just because it could be perfectly legitimate in this town doesn't mean it's perfectly legitimate in its destination.
Oh.
Who's to say?
He's smuggling illegal items in that box. I just knew it. I just knew it.
They just have a ban on carrots.
He's exporting invasive species. I know. I just know he is.
Yeah, Cypress is gonna head up the dock walk and head towards this inn. Are you both outside or are you inside?
Yeah.
I think we're
outside.
We
would have been outside. We would have been outside.
So we could watch everybody.
Yeah.
As Cypress scans the crowd and people walking, zeroes in on you two.
You will see Davin has raised his hand and done the yo, Cypress.
I think Cypress's ears and body language betray him trying to be cool and hey, but the ears are suddenly just boing, straight up, and does everything except for skip across the walkway, across the road to get over to you two. And it's an immediate hand out for Davin and a whole hug for Penny. Just oh, you're hi. I hope you didn't mind. I was just finishing up some.
You're vomiting. It's okay.
Hey. I would never.
And I will shake your hand with both hands.
Oh yeah, and then that's a full hug after the hug on Penny.
Yeah. I think as soon as you finish your handshake, Penny just goes back in for a hug and just kind of extends the hug and is rubbing your back and it's just it's so good to see you. I've missed you. It's so great. I'm definitely not stalling for everything or anything at all. I missed you, and like pull back and be like, you need to rinse your mouth out
Here's some
before
water.
anything else.
Yeah, I will take the water and do a little swish swish and right into the street, and then hop over if there's like a railing, which I'm now imagining there's a railing, just boing over that, and then settle down and pull up a glass of probably more water.
Yes.
And so, how's
How are you?
everyone been?
Good. It's been good. How
Good.
are you?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. I made a lot of new friends. I learned a lot of new fun things. The less we ask about it, the better. But
At what
Oh.
point
you
are
know,
you gonna roll deception?
I can roll deception. Can I roll deception? Eric, can I roll deception? Sorry, I got
I need to
confused
roll
over which-
perception first, but yeah, absolutely.
Perception. Sure. All right, perception first. How about that 8 on perception?
All right. Everything's good.
Okay, cool. And now I'm not just that's all right. And now deception, which I have a -1 in. That's for those of you watching at home, I have a -1 for my charisma, and I'm -1 in all my charisma skills. And that's a 0 because I rolled a natural 1. So-
I'm taking a screenshot of that.
Please do.
Does the snap happen? Does Cypress just dissolve?
It does
No.
now.
His psyche.
No, and you guys, you know Cypress is lying, but he just doesn't
Yeah.
tell you what.
Can I?
Penny roll to know what he's lying about?
You can try and roll insight.
Hell yeah.
I mean, your DC is 0.
Yeah. I dare you.
I
dare
want-
you.
I just want. Why do I get a +4? That's dumb. I don't
Guidance.
like roll.
You had guidance on.
Yeah.
Why did I have guidance on?
I don't know. Probably because you cast it on yourself.
I didn't cast it on myself.
I don't know. Make the rules, bro.
Whatever. I don't know how to play spellcasters. Don't learn how to play D&D from me.
But with a 10, though,
Oh, sorry.
you hear that he's done nothing wrong, doing nothing wrong, everything's fine. And yet, you just witnessed him smuggling. Or he's not smuggling himself, he's getting other people to do it for him. Is that what he learned?
I think to add on to that beautiful, beautiful 0 roll, Cypress kind of shifts and pulls out the leather-bound journal and sets it on the table. And once he sets it on the table, a whole spread of like pamphlets and business cards fall out, and it's all like smugglers are us and like lawyers on the cheap, and like a whole booklet on like, so you're running running medical supplies across conflict lines, like how to do it without getting caught, and just doesn't realize it and just sits, chin in
Being
hand,
illegal
and be
for
like,
dummies.
yeah, exactly. Like it's all the cartoon.
The
levels
moxie of
things.
being a con man with a -1 in charisma. It's just.
I love
right.
flawed
It's
characters.
perfect.
The
It's perfect.
top one is like, please don't share this with anyone.
Yep. Burn after reading, circled
All,
multiple
all of
times,
them have his
highlighted.
name at
Yep.
the bottom of
For
it.
your eyes only.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh.
one of the cards you notice is for pharmaceuticals. It doesn't have the alchemist's name or anything else. You just notice an interwoven WW as the logo,
Mhm.
Wow.
and it's on this slightly darker than powder blue. Maybe it's a periwinkle blue card with black lettering.
What's this? No, literally grab it.
What? That is. Who's to say? Must be one of the sailors I may have accidentally swapped bags.
You're lying, and you know
Yes,
that, right?
I am. I'm so sorry.
It's good
Yeah,
to see you again, Cypress.
it's wonderful.
And I will
Cypress.
sit it down I will sit it down back on the table
Yeah.
and just give you a pat and be
Scoop
like,
that up.
"It's
Cypress, the good news is he just put his fingerprints on it.
Yeah, that's why I picked it up with the palms and went. Eh. Got a lot of smirts up here. Not a lot of way to get it out, but a lot of smirts up here.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what have you actually been up to?
Oh, well, I learned under a doctor, Dr. Abel, and he taught me a lot. Taught me a lot more about not only medicine but other practices as well. I spent a lot of time working on myself and kind of thinking and just brainstorming. And he like openly chuckles at brainstorming. That's
When
such
you
a funny
say
word.
other practices, do you mean malpractices?
Little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, just an appropriate amount. But I learned a lot, and sometimes failure is the best teacher. So I did that, and that was kind of like my day job. And then for my nights, I wasn't really sleeping well, but I did like look around, and I did kind of get involved with some smuggling, mainly through supplies across conflict lines, getting people in and out of locations for refugees, and being able to help people connect with other people, important artifacts, bits of information, building up a network. Helped out a lot with that. So I feel good about it. Didn't always do good, but I feel good about what I did. So yeah, I have some new tricks up my sleeves, which I'm not wearing, but it's hot down here, so it's okay. And it's just been a great time. Just been not missing anyone at all. I promise. I've been totally emotionally okay, locked up in Harbor's Reach up in the north, in the cold. Yeah.
Guys, with your insights that you had already rolled for this conversation, you guys are picking up the fact that he was actually moving goods for the resistance. He's actually been doing a lot for you guys and for everyone else involved in this conflict. And between whatever skills he learned from this doctor and whatever work he was doing, there's a lot of stuff that he may know. Let's just hope all he has to do is not talk to keep everything under wraps.
So we're gonna do this now, Cypress.
Mm-hmm.
When we're in the big room with the big people, don't talk.
Okay. Like it all?
I mean, if someone asks you a direct question, be as concise as possible. Yes, no, maybe.
Now, when you say don't talk, do you mean out loud? And Cypress is going to touch your hand, and then in your mind, you're going to hear his voice tell you, because I can do some really cool stuff with my brain now, dude. Like, you don't even know, man.
And Davin, like, rears back because he's that's new. He will think, can I think back to you?
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Cypress says out loud, like, yeah, it works both ways. Yeah, I got you.
Penny's watching this and just like eating some food and just being like, this shit's fucking weird now, but I'm not gonna say nothing.
And then
both of you remember the last time you saw power like this, the enemy was using it.
Yeah, that's why it freaked Davin the fuck out. So
look,
and he's now thinking about having to kill their adopted brother type figure.
I mean, player and character both totally forgot about that connection. Like 100% did not make that. Doesn't matter. Still really cool. I chose the subclass I chose.
It's okay. It's fine. It just caught me off guard. It's okay. Just warn anyone, our friends, especially if you were gonna do that.
Oh, okay. And then Penny, in your mind, while you're eating, you just hear Cypress' sarcastic, like, whisper of "Don't choke." because I did my metaphysical tether whilst I was hugging you earlier, because I'm a butt like that. Anyway. Yeah.
As you guys are sitting here doing this, Cypress, somebody walks up and kicks you in the butt.
Nice. Okay. Do
Get wrecked.
I know this person?
No.
Oh. All right. Which spell to cast in retaliation?
As you turn around to like retaliate, Devin, you see the kick me sign placed on Cypress's back.
Oh.
Penny just smirks as they eat, much like I am doing right meow.
I will. I think you missed this, and I'll pull it off, and I'll like sew it at you.
Devin!
Uh,
Devin!
First off, you do
Let me
not
have my
interrupt
gun.
a solid prank like that. That is
What?
sir,
What?
I appreciate, but also like watch yourself next time. Penny,
Sure.
good job. It's well played.
Thank you.
It's good.
Thank you.
It's
It's
good.
almost like
I'll
I rolled
hand
a
it. I'll
13 on
I'll
my
hand
sleight of hand.
the parchment back to Penny and just be like, "That's sweet. You must have missed each other very much."
I'm gonna take the parchment and then I'm just gonna hand it over to Smooches and let Smooches eat it.
Nice.
Of course.
No evidence. Leave no evidence behind. Good
Okay.
rule number 1.
Well, this has been in fun afternoon. Yeah, 3 fucking years. It's so weird.
As all of this is going on right now, you realize that the market has gotten quiet. As you look out, you see everybody in the market's head has turned in one direction. As you see Drollor stepping through, it is very easy to notice him. And everyone is doing it. Like, I don't know if you already have, but you probably should have disadvantage on stealth just with your size.
Yeah, probably.
But I'll make it up to you in another way, I promise.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and give you because you have disadvantage on stealth for your character, you'll have advantage on Arcana.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fantastic. I'll take that. I'll add that to my sheet here in a moment when I can think about it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, you spot Droller walking through the crowd, trying to make his way through the people, trying not to like trample him over. He definitely, the grays got grayer, the beard got longer. You do notice he is now wearing what looks like a green and gold cloak. He has a quarterstaff that he's using as a walking stick that looks to be carved, and with what looks like a leather-bound book hanging off of his side. And as he's continues to walk through and look at the crowd, he is eventually gonna spot the cafe, the where everybody is sitting at, and where my friends from before are all gathered, and gonna approach them. And he's gonna walk up to everybody and just be like, "Hey, everyone, you are gonna notice that the bangle that he was wearing as a ring, before that he was rubbing a lot, is no longer there."
Why?
Do you say that out loud, Penny?
No, I don't, because I didn't say it in a Gaelic accent.
Well, if it doesn't come up, in game, then I'll tell you afterward.
Awesome.
Ah, this is why you have a character voice, folks.
Yes.
Cypress will point with the hand that is wearing the bangle that he stole from Drolor and go, "Hey, you're missing your other bangle."
And he goes, "Oh, yeah. I traded the engraving was starting to fade, so I traded it in for something better." And he's gonna pull out a pocket watch and show that on the inside flap is his sister's name engraved there. And he looks at it and goes, "I think this one will last a little bit longer."
Absolutely. And then Davin will stand up and he will like approach for a hug.
You could tell that he first goes in for a huge hug because he really missed you all, and then you see him like almost like back off a little bit because he realizes that he is a giant and doesn't. No matter how big you are, he's gonna be afraid to crush.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I can take it.
And he's gonna look at David and goes, "Wow, you've grown."
That I have. So have you? I'm looking at the beard and like.
Oh yeah, it was 3 years. Can really do a number on you.
It's
kind
long,
of forgot.
It's long. Do you trim it? Is this just 3? Is this just 3 years of growth, or is this just?
This is 3 years of growth. Yeah. Decided to, as a little thing for myself, I decided just not to do it for the entire time on my own. So,
Rika, we're having a bit of audio issues on you.
Oh,
Give me
Your
just a
audio
second,
just like, okay.
and let it cycle
Yep.
back.
Okay.
Check and see if, because sometimes
Yes.
the audio.
Does it work now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
But yeah, I just, let it grow during this time. Decided to use it as a kind of a little, hey, this is how long I've been there. And now, and, I don't know if I'm going to shave it or keep it. Keep it or shave it. I don't know yet.
It looks good.
Thank
But
you.
Davin, as you go in for your hug, you're over 6 feet.
Yes, I am. 6'4".
And as you sit here and reach in to give him a hug, realize that your head is now nestled between the giant pecs of a giant.
It's like a cushion.
Except I haven't been working out at all. I'm a wizard.
Bara, very much Bara. Anyway,
Yes. Very much, Mara.
And you can't help but wonder, is this how lollies feel?
Oh, God damn it. We went there.
Oh.
All right, great show tonight, everybody. We are out.
Thank you. Good night. No. I always forget how. Yeah, he's got probably a foot, if not more, on me.
Foot and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. Kind of. The hug lasts a little bit longer because he gets in that feeling of like, this is the same but different, and then he realizes, oh, I've been here probably a little too long than I need to be. So I'm like, and then he kind of like stops and pats you on your arms, and then like, it's really good to see you. Awesome to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Penny wants to just kind of give Cypress a confused and knowing glance.
Cypress says, "In your brain." Yeah, I know, right?
Penny just nods.
Uh, so this is, we'll say it's a big table. Fuck it, I don't care. I expected everyone to come, so I grabbed a big table. So have a seat. Tell us, what have you been up to?
Well, I ended up at Seraph's Reach for the past 3 years. I it was really beautiful. I got to experience something that I never thought really existed, a type of magic that I didn't realize was even possible. I don't know if you've heard of the River of Time. God damn y'all! God, those playing at home, there are ship names being thrown out in our private chat right now. God damn it.
I might just copy and paste them to the
Go
stream.
for it. Have fun with it.
Oh, anyway, I sorry, totally lost track of time. What did you say?
What were you distracted by? I'm sorry.
Nothing. Pigeons, whatever. Anyway,
Cypress has heard all of that through the psychological tether and is just dying and sharing it with Penny.
Oh, Lordy. So Drollard's been spending time up at Seraph's Reach in a very quiet and just beautiful, and I got to experience the River of Time.
I don't know what that is.
Mr. Dungeon Master, are there more details besides being just a place of reality bending?
How would you describe what was physically 3 years for you, except that you had all of the experience of an instantaneous moment and hundreds of years at the same time? As in, your trainers have to pull you out of the river to remind you to eat.
The hyperbolic time chamber.
Kinda, yeah.
Getting lost in the sauce.
Yep. Let's just say there were a few times when I had to be reminded that it's only been 3 years. In fact, many a time, I even doubted what time is anymore. These past 3 years feel like 3 seconds, and yet 3,000 years.
Go ahead.
It was... I've seen some shit. And it wasn't just time, but the folks around there being able to bend reality, bend fate, bend what we know of the laws of our universe to their will.
That sounds like a lot.
It was.
Are you okay?
I will be.
Is that some weird, like, I know my future bullshit, or
No, it's more of I need to get used to how time actually flows outside of there, because it was a lot of intense training. I was bending reality. I was doing a lot of that kind of stuff, and it,
That's crazy. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, that just it sounds impossible, but it sounds like we might need that.
There was a part of me that that kind of hoped that. When I left, I said I'm hoping to learn stuff that can help me beyond helping out the world.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was going to be this. This is what it was going to choose for me. And it's both grateful that it's an ability that I can use now, but also scary that this is the level I need to go to be able to do what I need to.
Well, I guess in the long run, as long as it helps us, it helps whatever we're doing or will be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if there's something personal that you maybe have a reason for knowing all of this, then so be it.
I'm glad
What was
You went
that?
robot again.
Mhm.
Your audio went robot again.
Test 1, 2.
There you go.
Okay. I don't know what's been going on with my mic. It's the same mic I use every freaking time.
Sometimes I think
Life happens.
Yep. I spent a lot of time thinking of my sister. I lost her.
before
I
all of this, right?
Yeah. And it's been a hope of mine to find her again one day. So, yeah. It gets a little bit scary knowing that I have to bend fate. God damn it. I'm trying to be all dramatic. God damn you.
Riku, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry as well.
I can do.
I read the chat. This is the second game where I've had a character that has like almost immediately well, this is episode 3, but almost like immediately there's been like shipping and shit, and it's just kind of funny.
It's you. You're the problem.
It's me.
Well, the last
It's me.
time I had a big boy character in a game, I ended up actually dating them in the game. So
To be fair, Eric tried to ship Penny and Davin in like episode 1, so
we're just Davin's harem eventually.
pretty much. Just all of us.
I'm just gonna make my way through all of you eventually. I don't know.
You know, if Davin was playing a Harrigan, we could always just say that he's a playboy.
Come to find out, actually, it's Norm who's running the harem.
There you go.
Norm is gender fluid.
That is a funny joke for
Norm
your
is there for everyone.
Dan, and I approve of that. However, Finn, I will come next door and I will kick you out of your own house.
Do it? I dare you.
No, I'm scared.
I have a fish.
No,
There's
you're
a
gonna beat me
fish
up.
protecting my house.
No, I don't want to go over
Well,
there.
anyway,
Back to the game.
Sorry.
I'm scared.
All right, Drolor.
back on track.
Anyway, yeah. So
You lost your sister.
I lost my sister. I'm trying to find her. Apparently, they sent me to help bend reality in order to find her.
So you have another reason.
Yeah.
For learning what you learned.
Yep. And I mean, that was what I was hoping. It's just kind of off-putting that that's what I had to learn. But, yeah.
Well,
You should have seen the place. I don't know if you know where Seraph's Reach is. It's actually up in the Skylands. You thought I was tall enough and I got to see and I see heights as they are now? It's just beauty that I'm very happy for this experience, as hard as it was.
Huh. I'm glad it worked out for you.
Thank you. But what's been up with all of you? How has your past 3 years been going?
I was cold.
I have a dragon.
You have a dragon?
You have a what?
I have a wee little dragon, and his name is Smooches.
If hearts could come out of Drolor's eyes right now. You're the most adorable thing ever!
Penny's like,
Dro-
okay, go say hi, go say hi. And Smooches just like flies over.
Troller, make an insight check.
Ooh, okay.
Don't incite my son, my child.
23!
Nice. My man.
Troller, as you look at this large house cat size of a dragon, you feel a very similar connection to the other beings that lived in the Skylands.
Oh. Huh. Well, I might be a little bit more familiar with this kind than I thought.
You're familiar with Smooches.
Yeah. Well,
Smooches is
maybe
the
not,
dragon.
maybe not with Smooches specifically, but with dragons of his kind, of their kind, definitely familiar.
I'd love to hear more.
In due time, there's a lot of stories to tell.
Agreed.
Also, I need to make them up.
Sorry, what?
I need to make them up.
He needs to make them
I
up.
need to make them up.
Oh, no, you don't. Just, come on, improv. Let's go, Riku. Come on.
You have
Let's go,
two,
you and me. Let's
you
go.
have two in your story right now.
Uh-oh. Ba-bum.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, one of, well, my main, the person who trained me, their name is Kirin. It kind of looks more horse-like. Very majestic. Very, definitely very, I don't know how to describe them, but they knew how to make me feel calm, to be able to steady my mind and push down any sort of anger or rage that was in me. They taught me how to do everything I'm able to do now. And then there was this other guy I don't really remember his name, but the school of magic that he was trying to push me more towards felt more cataclysmic than what I was studying. The power of gravity. He yeah. Just there was something just off about him as he really tried to push me towards that realm of magic rather than what I'm learning. And even though Kieran did have to warn me that, yes, there will be times when I will need to fight. There will be times when I will need to hit back and hit back hard. What he was learning was unlike anything I could think of. That was scary.
They sound like the spirits that I knew back home. The calmness that you spoke of, I felt that in the sacred lands, in the forests that I grew up in.
I feel like these are very similar to that. I think I may have made a connection to them as well. It's yeah. I stayed pretty strong, I'd say. But getting trained by them was a bit tough.
Same. Not
If they're
not
if they're
sure.
anything like the spirits I knew back home, they can be quite intense.
This wasn't easy, and I think that was the point.
At this point, all of the ships that are in the harbor have left, and Norm is nowhere to be seen. The sun is beginning to set as you've had this rotating array of food and drink and everything else throughout the afternoon. Davin, you did get rooms for everyone
Yes. Okay.
whenever you first got here. So, with the last boat gone and nothing coming in, are you guys ready to go inside, or?
We're kind of we I will say, I'm assuming like we've had this long conversation and just kind of like let time pass and talking with each other, reminiscing, having the laughs, having good times, and it's it's sort of approaching dark, or if not already dark. Kind of look up and be like, I guess Norm's not coming. And Davin will get that. It's a bit of sadness. Maybe thinking the worst, that maybe Norm didn't make it through the training. We knew it was hard. We all kind of have all said that. We've all talked about our trials and how rough things were. And he just worries that maybe that, we didn't really get an opportunity. So hopefully, but we should probably rest. We should probably rest, and maybe he'll be here in the morning.
Norm will be here tomorrow. I can feel it.
Penny's gonna stay up and wait for Norm. Penny just like hunkers down in the chair. It's like, no, I think Sweet Earl's gonna come up anytime now.
Aw. No, I will let you know, Penny, that you can stay in Cypress's room. I will say I got like 2 rooms, and it's and then and hopefully, just know, like, if he comes, you can just let us know. We're right next to each other. Okay.
Door will be unlocked.
As you guys are going inside and worried about keys and rooms and everything else, you kind of turn, and Norm is just sitting in the corner of the inn reading a book.
Son of a bitch.
Is that Norm?
I think no. Norm?
He's just reading, and then he hears somebody say his name, and he goes, "Oh, friends!" And he like just busts the table over, and he's like, "I've been here for a week. Sid sent me early. He said I was getting on his nerves. It's good to see you." And he like runs over and hugs
Penny
him.
bursts through the front door. I'm like, we were out there for 12 hours.
I've been here for a week.
You didn't see me check in?
Time is a construct. No, I was busy reading a book. I really get into books. I mean, I've always been getting into books. But yes, I just couldn't stop eating this one. It's so just amazing.
Cypress is gonna tap Droller like on the knee and like, hey. Norm said time is a construct. Go beat him up. Go fight him. Assert dominance. Do it.
Cypress, stop trying to incite fights with our friend.
Droller just gives Cypress a look of, you haven't changed, have you?
Little bit. Some of it good, some of it bad.
Well, I will immediately finally walk over to Norm and like hug him and be like, "It is good to see you. You've been here a week?"
Yeah, my studies with Sid had been going very well. So, to the point where Sid said he was getting up every day and just Xing out a calendar, and got into one of my bits where I would take apart something and show him over and over again, and he's that you know what, a week's fine. A week he can stay, and he so he told me to get on the next boat. The way that I've learned a lot of things from him. One thing is transport's gonna go wherever it's gonna go, regardless of if you pay or not. So I learned a trick where I tethered myself onto the side of a boat, came here a week ago, and then yes, I've been here with Smallman for probably a week.
Smallman?
Oh, and then he pulls up this. It's like a very miniature version of Norm, and he says, "Boom!" And he's like, I didn't teach him that word, but yes, that's his thing, and just a little small version of Norm, and he goes, "Boom!"
I will protect him at all costs.
It's a little
Die for him.
It's a little foreboding sometimes, but other times it's good that he lets me know when certain things are gonna happen. It's kind of one of those things where it's like a clock. A clock's right twice a day.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what it means.
Well, that's great. it's good to see you, Norm, and it's been wonderful. And I'm sorry that you had to um, uh, come here a week early.
Oh, it's
Uh,
perfectly fine.
but I'm glad you had books to keep you company.
Yeah, this
Um,
is my last one.
well, great. Well, we were about to head off to bed because we've been up for 12 plus hours. Um, I I will assume that you are. Um, um,
Oh, I have a room here. Yes.
yeah. Oh, okay. Awesome. Then I guess we will. Unless we want to talk more and catch up now, or do we want to just sleep and wait till the morning?
That's up to you guys. I mean, like I said, I should have been looking out a little bit more, but like I said, I kind of got lost in these books. I brought a bunch of them. This is my last one. Uh,
It's,
so if you
it's all
guys
good.
want to talk, but we can talk in the morning as well.
Norm, do you sleep?
Yeah, I sleep plenty of times. Whenever it's dark outside. But then,
Okay, just checking.
like I
Just
said,
checking.
but really, my thing is just eating. I mean, well, not eating, but eating knowledge. I just love knowledge. Just love reading books and just going through them.
Well,
Wow.
I might have some literature if you'd like to continue reading. Cypress and I, we have room in our room. If you want to join us.
Cypress
Okay,
has a whole book of knowledge.
I'm not
That
picky.
that's that's
Hmm.
just for me.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
don't mean to gatekeep
Well,
about it, but that one's specific for mine.
That's
you'll
fair. I
have
mean,
knowledge to
Yeah.
impart.
everybody's got their own. Like he pulls out his book. It's like a kind of he just flashes it out real quick and he puts it back in his bag. But it's like a red leathered bound book.
Mm.
He's like, "Yep, that's kind of my favorite book too. I can understand. I can never really get attached or let it go. I guess."
Ah,
Um,
nice.
speaking of not being able to let go, I want to know more about this hitching a ride on the side of a ship thing because I have some friends who would be interested in knowing techniques like that. So we should talk more later about that thing.
Hey, I find
Yeah,
that subject quite interesting myself.
it's just one of the things that I kind of picked up in the big city.
Wonderful. Well, it's great to see you, Norm. I'm so happy that you're here. The hour and just the heaviness of getting to Tavern. He's like, I am gonna. I need to go. I'm going to bed, and he just walks away.
And Penny waves. Good night. Sleep
Good night.
tight.
Good night.
See you in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go crash with Penny and Cypress in their room. I'll just find a little nook and I'll sit there and I'll be like, "All right, night." Just immediately, just almost seems like he goes lifeless.
As this suit of armor just sorts of like melts into a corner. It still has all the armor bits, but it's like, where's the skeleton? As
I
it
feel like
just,
Penny is.
it just slunks into onto the floor and
Yeah.
remains motionless.
I feel like Penny and Cypress are just like watching this from across the room, just like standing side by side, just like you go poke him.
I feel like
Okay.
he would have found a little spot where it would have seemed like he was just unless somebody went over and like touched him, there like he's not gonna he's like Jello in a sense. He's just like sat there and Smallman is kind of just sitting there right in front of him. Because usually he's the one that if anybody comes around, he'll yell "boom," and Norm will wake up and be like, "Oh, what's going on?"
I like the little one, but I'm not getting anywhere near it. That sounds like a great way to lose a finger, and I only have 6 on this hand, so no thank you.
Smooches is gonna like creep up to Smallman and just like dragon sniff at the little thing.
So we have you 3 in one room and Droven in the other.
Gross. Oh.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. Is there enough space for
There are 2 beds.
beds like that? That big?
Your legs, you're like from the knees, like dangle off. Did you mute yourself, David?
I did.
Okay.
I literally thought I was muted and went to unmute myself to say my sentence and then realized no, it was the opposite of what I was happening. It is late for me. I'll blame it on that. No, we are not pushing the beds together.
No.
Guys, it is too early in this relationship for that.
I know we gotta keep them coming back for more. We gotta keep up the will they won't they. I get it. I'm fine. I'm just.
We were on
You know,
a break.
people on Book Talk would call this a slow burn.
There you go. There you go.
So,
Anyway,
as everyone gets a night's rest, you wake up to letters that have been slid under your door. And in the room with I guess it's 5 of you, when the letter gets slid under the door, it's Smallman who wakes you up. Boom!
Ah, fuck, Smallman! Every time! Who taught you that word? I didn't! Boom! That's right. That's fair. A letter!
Cypress is in like full prey response mode and just like okay. What? What's going on?
He,
Penny snoring.
sitting from his nook, he piece of his armor shoots out, grabs the letter, and just reels it back into his hand. And he's like, fascinating. We got post here in this small village. And he immediately opens it up.
Waiting for Cypress to process.
It's just the dial up. That's all it is. It's just like and ears are like full on like did it like Morse code trying to type out like a response back to the brain of yes you saw that and cool, great, yep. That's what's it say, Norm?
I haven't sent the letters to you guys.
Oh, okay.
The letters tell you to come to a particular ranch on the north side of town where they have transportation awaiting for you.
I relay this to Cypress, and I say, Spellman, wake Penny up. He goes over there, jumps on the bed, and goes, boom! And he bites on Penny's foot. His,
And he's just like,
so the way it works is his armor just opens up, but they're just teeth, and it just shakes up. I said, no, Smallman, don't.
It's a mimic.
and he just
It's a
starts
mimic.
screaming. Just starts screaming.
Smallman, let go. No.
When I said I would die for him, I didn't mean like this.
He's the worst in the mornings.
Does he need blood to survive?
I don't know.
Have you called him off?
I don't know. And then he like just grabs him and he just all smiling. And he's like, "All right, are you gonna be good?" Boom. Okay. And then he just puts him in his bag, or he just
We need to
sets
work
him
on
on
your
his little
recall.
armor because he's just
We
sitting
need to work
his
on your recall,
shoulder.
Norm.
Yeah.
Yes, he relays the message to you guys.
Okay.
Well, it looks like we have some transport waiting for us.
Okay.
Shall we go wake up, see if the others got this postage as well?
Yeah, I guess so. And Cypress will gather up his stuff and be ready to go in a moment.
I'm not used to this place, so I'm going to prepare for the worst. And then, like, as he stands up from his nook, you can see that like his armor kind of bulks out a little bit more, and like a little piece of his armor kind of just starts. It's almost like his helmet has gone almost like a little fin almost protruding out, and it's like his kind of battle mode of his armor. And
Penny's gonna look at Cypress and be like, "Are you seeing this?"
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, he did a thing earlier and his hand like went nah and then went back and I don't know how.
that wasn't my hand. That was just this little, and then like he does it again. He like shoots like a cord almost out, and then it hits something, and then he just throws it, and it just smashes into the wall. And he's like, "You guys
And
didn't
so
pay for this room,
it's
right?"
now covered with what was in the water pitcher.
Cool. Yeah, it's that.
Could you always do that, or was it just from the past 30 years?
I kind of figured things out on the way. Maybe I could have done that. Maybe I couldn't have. It's just something I learned while I was with Sid.
Well, why don't you go? Let's and I look at like the wall and how is it damaged?
Well, it had
I think
a water jug, vase that just smashed into it.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
none of you paid for this room, right?
Well, in my 3 years, one thing that I learned is the less evidence, the better. And so Cypress is going to cast the Shapewater cantrip and kind of grab the water and put it up into the semblance of a jar, and then take a few minutes and cast Mend and mend the vase back together, and then put the water back in, and then kind of get it set up and be like, we should go. Let's just yeah.
That's fair.
Penny's
this
gonna
point-
cast Goodberry. Just in case.
At this point, Davin would have has already woken up and will have done some like morning like calisthenics, or fitness kind of things to get up, and then he would have probably seen the letter come in, or depending on when it got pushed through the door, under the door.
You wake up and see it there.
Awesome. So he will have read it and then set it off and then finish his routine. Just got it going, and then waited for Drolor to wake up.
Drolor is asleep and snoring very loudly.
That's why Davin is awake.
But it happens in every relationship. You won't just get into it. It'll eventually become the thing you can't sleep without.
True. Guys. Anyway, when he realizes Drolar is not going to wake up on his own, Davin will get don his armor and stuff, and then he will tap Drolar.
You put the armor on before waking me up? Smart.
I don't know what you can do. You just said you can fuck with time and reality and shit. I don't want to wake that sleeping giant up.
Surprisingly, Drolar is pretty easy to wake up and wakes up pretty easily, not startled or anything. And he kind of just stirs his head and goes, "Is it time to go already?"
In a sense, yes. We have transportation waiting for us nearby. So we have a letter.
Trip?
Yes, another trip, I guess. I don't.
All right.
Get dressed. We'll meet downstairs. I will see if the others are awake.
Good luck with that.
Well, I guess I could kind of see if I could hear.
Yeah, did we hear them screaming?
You were snoring?
Oh, yeah, through my snoring? No, you did not.
No, probably not. No. Not the giant snoring like that. I definitely didn't hear anything but
the
that.
giant snoring who definitely needs a CPAP.
It actually kind of reminds you of the sounds of either an earthquake or an avalanche.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, one or the other. They both happen.
It's definitely a 4.5.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'll get dressed.
All right. I will step out and make my way down to basically, I'm assuming, the inn area, and just sort of wait and see if everyone wakes up.
Cool. I'll meet you down there, I guess.
Yes.
Now, which one of you said you were going to go check on them, see if they were awake yet?
I did not.
I said I was going to go check on them.
As you're walking out the door, Norma's already started knocking.
Oh.
Good morning.
Norm.
Good morning, Davin.
Yes.
Did you get a letter as well?
Yes. I'm holding it.
We should leave. And then he immediately turns around and starts walking out. As he's walking, he's casting Druidcraft to see what the weather is going to be like today. Very much pops up on his little readout on his hand, and it just shows. It'll show a picture of a sun or a.
So the weather today is supposed to be clear but hot.
Ah.
Okay. Yep.
Lovely.
So yeah, it has a it just say a sun, no skies, and it just looks like emojis essentially for Norv, just because he finds it easier for him to read it. So it's like a red sun that's got some sweat coming off of it, and he's dress lightly today. As he's talking to Davin. Well, I guess Davin already's got his armor on too.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Because they figured since he's already got his armor, he left Cyprus and Penny to get themselves ready.
Drolar, as he's putting on his cloak, he's gonna hear that and then take it off and opt for the sleeveless one.
So, the wizard's taking everybody to the gun show.
I also got guns.
We should probably find a veterinarian also, because these pythons look sick.
Oh no! That's my time, folks. Have a good night.
Anybody watching, please send us your best and worst puns.
Everybody's hiding animals in their body parts?
No, don't give him ideas I
Strange.
can barely comprehend.
Strange. Write it down. Let's look into.
That's my
Penny has
secret,
snakes
Cap.
and
I'm
horns.
always an
No,
animal.
no, 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 no.
Pythons
You
with
don't need to.
arms?
No.
What do you say? Oh.
I was like, no. You don't need to look into that.
He doesn't hear Droller's not. He's already in the lobby. Everything that gets written down cannot be erased.
Well, yeah, I will assume we'll just wait for everyone to kind of make their way down and go from there.
And eventually everybody does, unless you had another scene you wanted to play out. Okay. So eventually everybody makes their way, gathered together. You're all served a bit of breakfast. And with that, you guys are ready to head out.
Yeah.
So,
I take my breakfast to go. I already ate earlier.
What did you? Never mind. I don't.
I'm gonna ask, what did you eat, so I know what to make sure that it's made for you while we're on the show.
No, it's fine. I don't. He's like, I just woke up a little bit earlier. Well, I woke up while everyone else was asleep, and I finished my book, and then I got a snack.
What kind of snack?
Just fiber.
Good to know.
Are there any trees around with like bites taken out of them?
Insight
No.
check. Insight check.
well,
Investigation.
Norm just takes a tree and just goes right on the side of it.
well, first of all, Smallman woke all of you up.
Oh, right, true. But like, it was before that.
But the one thing you don't see, as you're sitting here wondering what did he eat, you don't see that red leather bound book.
No, that's in my bag. But that book,
Oh.
that last book that I was reading it was a book about just like hemocraft and a few other things. But yeah, that's no longer. That was a black bound book. But yeah, it's no longer with me.
Ah.
Well, you guys didn't see that book, but currently you don't see the red bound book.
Anyway, that fiber. Okay, we're just gonna go. We're gonna go. That's the. I don't. We're no. Ooh, natural 20. Anyway, sorry, just randomly rolling dice over here. My little dice tray. But again, yeah, let's go. Let's go. This is.
I think as Davin, I was just catching up on everybody as they're coming down since I hadn't gotten to speak to anybody.
Yeah.
Aside from last night, but yeah, I'm just catching up with what all of you guys have done over the last 3 years.
After getting past the shock of Smallman, you guys realize that Norm said he spent the past 3 years with Sid. As you guys follow the instructions, heading to the north end of town and towards the Tohi Ranch. As you arrive there, you them?
It would seem so. Are you the ranch?
This is the ranch. As he points to all the land around him.
That's fair enough. But this ranch belongs to you?
Yeah, me and my family. Over 100 years.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Um, do you know where we're going?
All in the saddlebags.
Excellent.
So, they said I need something really big for one of you and things that are fast for everybody else. Well, they said I has it particularly strong for one of you two. So I'm guessing you get the destrier, pointing at you, Drolor. And I'm guessing you get the courser, looking at you, Norm. And it looks like you three.
Penny gets really excited as soon as they hear Axe speak.
I don't know what those are.
William,
They're wonderful creatures.
as this young man comes out and he's holding the reins, as he's leading out three large, and I do mean large, is these bipedal birds with relatively small wings are let out. The beak is awkwardly shaped as the front of it curls up into almost like a rhinoceros horn on the front of the beak. And you see like two of them just start like pecking at each other and like hitting beak to beak. And they do this just a couple of times. Are they playing or asserting dominance? Not sure yet. But it looks like these two might be. Absolutely. So now I need names for them because I know this will be the first thing you ask.
I walk up to the birds and I go, "Hello, friends. What are your
Fascinating.
names?"
Yeah, of course you do.
Axe speaks.
I'm Axbeak 1. I'm Axbeak 2.
I'm
Axe
Bob and I'm
three.
Carl.
They call me Tim.
Acreus Ricurius. A fascinating bird.
As they kind of cluck and coo back, what you actually hear is, "My name's Screef. I'm
Screef!
cool. Screef."
Screef! Oh god, I'm not muted. I'm so sorry.
Screef!
I got really excited. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That's a series wrap on Finn, everybody. Have a great rest of your adventure. I'll see myself out.
Smallman hears you say Screef, and he goes, boom! I said, not now, Smallman.
It
That
looks
comes
like
later.
the one who seemed to have won the bout of dominance, Kawo. The one who lost is Skeezy. Now, it's spelled differently. So I'm probably mispronouncing it.
But that's how we're going to say it. That's fine. Nice.
And what was the
Penny.
thing that they got from me? I'm sorry.
It's a breed of horse, and it is very.
Oh,
It's big and it's strong.
Lovely.
Penny's going to bow to the axe speaks and say, My name is Penny. It's nice to meet you all.
Hey, Penny. Penny,
What?
can you
No.
can you ask him to be nice, please, to me, please?
Why?
Because I don't like to ride things. I don't, and if you could just like tell him to go easy on me, please.
Have the axe speaks been assigned to us yet?
No.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go over to the axe speaks, and I'm going to talk quietly, and I'm going to say, so I would like to thank each of you for transporting us to whatever destination we're going to. My friend over there, the one with the long ears, he is quite nervous, and he would like to respect each of you, and he kindly asks that you go easy on him.
At this, Skeezy is, oh, he's mine.
Perfect.
And Kowo goes, no,
Oh.
Screeth, take the little one. At which Screeth just, okay.
Penny's gonna turn back to Cypress and go, Cypress, this is Screeth. Screeth is going to assist you today.
Hi,
Don't
Screef.
be nervous. Be chill.
Yeah. Screef. Hi.
As this one just lowers her head and just waits for you to pat it.
Cypress, misunderstanding, also lowers his head. It's like, is this what we do? Is this how we're supposed to? Is that it?
No, you're supposed to also make a clucking sound to show appreciation, and you're supposed to kind of like shake a little bit.
Okay.
Oh
How come you didn't do that though?
Because I can talk to them, and they understand me.
Yep.
But this is what you do when you don't know how to speak axe speak.
Got it. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
that yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah. And so Cypress.
I'll roll deception if you want me to,
No, Cypress is 100% gonna believe you.
as he should.
Yeah. There's no reason to roll anything. Penny.
So
I don't know why you would even say such weird
Gets
things
beheaded.
like that out loud.
What's a deception?
I'd who's to say? It's almost like an important skill to have.
Oh.
And so Cypress is gonna go bark, 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 clack, and then do like a wiggle and ears flop, and then just
Screeth just kind of like looks back up, turns her head to the others, like, he likes me.
Cypress looks at Penny. I got this.
I really wish that Skeezy was the one that you got now, but oh well. Oh,
What?
well.
I don't.
What?
Okay. No, it's fine.
Oh,
I'm gonna hang out.
this is Kawo and Skeezy are the other two axe speaks.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I like this one, so I'm just gonna stay with her. Give her a little script.
As you start scritching, she like lowers her head and moves herself so the ear hand is scratching right behind the ear.
Yeah, good. Yeah. It's
At which point you see it's like her whole body
Yeah.
just start to shake.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Eric, I have an animal question for you.
Yes.
If we like push back the feathers on the axe beak, can we like look at their ear hole and then look through it and see the back of their eyes like you can with an owl?
They're not
What?
whole.
Yeah.
They're more closely related to a falcon.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
They're big. They're like big dodos.
Nice.
Yeah, but they're fast as falcons.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, they are. All of these, though, are a bright yellow.
Wherever we're going, we're definitely not hiding.
Do they like to mambo, mayhaps?
Only if it's the fifth mambo.
Would they appreciate it if I played the trumpet?
Definitely not while you're writing them.
We're just gonna keep it going? Okay.
So,
cool. I will approach Ko-O.
Okay.
Yeah. I picked one. And just I will touch their face.
As you reach towards him, he just sit, and you're like, "Ow!"
Oh, spicy better.
You hear, "That's rude."
Davin, he says, that's rude of you.
I'm not clucking,
I didn't say you had to.
but you said he had to, and I'll point this side.
I know what I said, and who I said it to.
You hear Ko-O going, "You're not blind. You don't just reach up and touch a stranger's face."
Ko would like you to approach him respectfully and not. You wouldn't reach for a stranger's face upon
Understood.
meeting, is what he said. Yeah.
Understood. I will take a step back. I will say, I'm Davin, and I will bow and say, it is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, and then I will hold my hand out.
As you bow, Ko-O lowers his head and neck. And as you hold your hand out, he kind of steps forward and just to the right to let you place your hand on his side.
There we go. I'll do that.
To Ko, Penny's gonna say, would you like me to tell him to cluck?
I'm not into boys.
I'm not sure if Davin is either, but I think he might like them with a little more meat on their bones. And I'm going to kind of look over at Trollor.
Looking as Ko looks at Drolor, he's not writing me.
I would not expect you to let him.
So, Skasey, take the girl, and if you're rude, I'll have words. As you see Ko just dig his talons through the dirt and grass. Skasey just lowers his head at this.
I'm going to walk over to Skeezy, and I'm going to say, hello, Skeezy. My name is Penny. Don't worry, I'm not a girl, and I respect you for what you are. And going to hold out my hand.
As Skeezy just sort of walks up into your hand, and you just kind of pet him with the base of the neck.
I'm going to give him a good berry too, or offer a good berry to him.
At which point, oh yeah, he is there. And he's sitting here, it's all ruffles. And of course, Skeezy So it goes, ah, look what I got. Over to Quo. Child. Out of these three, it is clear who is in charge.
Yes.
But Mr. Toei starts bringing out the horses. One of them is 13 hands tall, is thick, is well muscled. And it is dwarfed by the one that is 21 hands tall.
Gee, I wonder which one is for who.
Penny's gonna be like, "Hello, horses. I'm Penny. This is Drolor and Norm."
Hi, Penny.
Hi, horse.
Maidon. And then you finally hear the other one. Abdigo.
And who is riding who?
Drolor is riding Abdigo.
I'm gonna point them out and introduce them to each other.
The thing is, Abdigo is a mare. Maidon is a gelding.
I'm gonna look at Drolor and Norm and smile awkwardly and say, "Good luck.
Good.
Be
good luck.
nice."
What do you mean? Good luck.
I'm gonna scurry over to Drolor and just like put like 3 good berries in his hand and then just like scurry back.
Norm walks up to his horse, knowing the difference between the two sizes, and he's like, "Oh, hello, gentlemen. Aquas Cavalis, the horse. Here to go." And he opens up this bag for that food that's just like all just messed up or scrambled up from earlier, his breakfast. And he just puts it on the floor for the horse to like come and eat. Just a bunch of fruit.
And yeah, Maidon just sits here and it's just like, I love apples.
Then immediately just gets up on it. Okay.
Drolor will cautiously step towards his horse with the good berries out in front of him to basically say hi and show no harm.
As Abdigo leans down and starts to just grab them with her gums before pulling them into her mouth. By the time she finishes them, I can't run right now. I am so full. Because one good berry is an entire day's worth of food.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oops! Oh!
Boom! That's right, Smallman. Boom it is.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Definitely gonna need to walk this off.
Here, I'll walk beside you until you feel ready for me to ride you, so that you don't have exerts any more than just your own weight.
Last time I felt like this, I drank cow's milk. Horse is lactose intolerant. By the way, Penny, you're the only person able to actually hear what they're saying.
I'm just looking back at Penny, just like,
That horse does not look like it's doing very well.
Drawlord, did you know that horses are lactose intolerant?
no, I did not.
It's not important right now, but you don't have to give them 3 good berries at once. Maybe just 1 every 2 hours.
I look up and I'm like, just like, oops. I just thought, since he's much bigger than the other ones, it was sorry.
She's not mad. She's just a little what's the thing in turkey that makes you tired after you eat it?
Dramamine?
Tryptophan.
That's it.
Yeah, that thing. A little like that.
Oh, this is gonna be a long trip, ain't it?
Did we need to be anywhere fast? Or could we take our time?
That's where I'll look in the saddlebag and find out where we're going and if there's a destination or any information about where we're actually going.
So yes, the horses are saddled. The axe beaks are saddled. The saddlebags on the axe beaks are just at the base of the neck. They are all the way forward, so they can be fully supported.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on a horse, saddlebags are on the end.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So as you reach into the saddlebag and you pull out a letter and a map, you see, if you guys go to your roll 20, your map brings you up here.
Oh, crap.
Nope. Yep.
Oh,
I see it.
near Midport.
Yeah.
But it's 40 miles outside of Midport.
Penny wants to go around to everybody who's looking at the map and just kind of confirm that we all got the same map and that we're not supposed to be splitting up again.
No. There's one map.
Ah.
Let's keep as many copies away from the enemy as possible.
That part.
There's one thing I did forget to mention because I had you all roll perceptions for while you were in town. And that was, there are Imperial guards walking around town. They're not doing anything. They're just there. They seem to be patrolling in twos. And as they sit here, they go down one street, they turn down another, and then another group comes behind them a few minutes later and continues to patrol the area. So,
Awesome.
But I forgot because I didn't want to interrupt y'all's role play.
That's fine. Well, I guess we know where we're going. I'm assuming there's not a time frame. We're just going to get there when we get there. So we should be okay.
Your time frame is 1 month.
1 month. We have 1 month to get there.
So that should give you more than enough time. It should take you 1 day per hex while mounted.
Awesome.
And where are we located? I'm sorry.
Godfrey.
Ah, okay.
So we will, depending on what the map says, we may be passing through the Arrowwood.
There is a bridge here if you zoom in.
Okay, I see it. Okay.
So we'll get there in about 10 days or 14 days.
So we've got time, but just to be safe, let's. I don't want to say hustle, but we'll move as fast as our mounts will take us, and maybe stop as we need to along the way.
Maybe we'll make some friends along the way.
So it should be about 17 days. And you could get there faster, but you would have to really push the horses and other mounts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be good for just keeping it as a normal pace if we've got a month. And are any of us familiar with this area?
I mean, there's a road that goes through here, but considering the size of the map, trying to actually draw the road in.
No, I know. I'm thinking in regards to character. Like, was anyone from these areas? I don't think anyone was.
Nope.
Got it.
I didn't leave Adelaide very much while I was in Sid's patronage.
Got it. But will we be passing by Adelaide?
We'd be having to go out of our way to go there.
If you take the bridge, you can circumvent Adelaide. If you try to go the long way, passing through the Arrowwood, you would go by Adelaide.
We don't necessarily need to go to Adelaide. I'm just.
My mother and father are in Adelaide. We don't have to stop. We could just go.
Are you okay? Kind of glossing over the fact, like.
Penny's like, come on, say it. Do it, I dare ya.
I mean, if I had an opportunity to see my father again, I would take it.
Your father was a good man, though.
That is very fair.
I never knew my father.
Then we will skip Adelaide.
Okay, we can catch it on the way back.
If we need to come back or not. Either way, whatever we need to do, we'll do. That's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
If we need an airship, I could maybe call on some parentage, but until we have to cross that bridge, I'd rather not.
Understood. We will cross that bridge when we inevitably get to it.
I just burn bridges.
That's why I'm not allowed fire spells.
As we cross over the bridge, Cypress just says, "Produce flame" in his hand, like, no? Okay.
Penny also just produces flame in their hand.
Boom! Boom! Smallman, no, don't encourage them.
My man, small man.
Malaman, yes.
It's very difficult to burn a stone bridge, but you were welcome.
Also that part.
It's a cantrip. I got time.
It's true.
I could find a way.
We're not burning the bridge. We're just crossing it. And
You're right.
We're
Davin, let us have fun.
All right, Davin. Only if you promise to let me burn 2 bridges in the future.
I am not making that promise.
Okay.
Shall we go?
I thought we were writing.
Davin promise.
I thought we were writing as we were talking about this.
So as you mount up and are ready to go, you ride throughout the entire day, and you're finally across the bridge. As you see the beautiful red leaves across these silvery pink trees. takes you but a few minutes, and you hear the whispering through the leaves. You can't decipher what it's saying. This forest, as well as many others, are inhabited by living spirits.
What do I have to roll to make friends with them?
Give me a pure charisma check. The spirits do come closer, and Penny, you are familiar with this, both with you in your childhood in the sacred lands and in your time in the Everbloom. These spirits are the amorphous ones that do not have a crystal.
I think as Penny, as everybody is going through the lands, Penny is gonna try and like fall back from the group a little bit and just kind of like hold out a hand for the spirits to like come investigate if they want. And like put a good berry or two in their palm.
So you're holding back away from the rest of the group?
Mm-hmm. Just to kind of give the spirits a chance to, if they're shy of people, have an opportunity to come up and investigate without feeling crowded.
Away from the group, make another charisma check at advantage.
At advantage? Well, that sucks. I rolled an 11, a 10, and an 11, folks. I'm not charismatic.
Yeah, at a +4, you're not charismatic.
With my 19 in charisma.
As you sit here, offering out your hand and a gesture of peace and goodwill, the spirits don't come too close to you. They've gotten closer, but they don't get too close. There's very little you could do to harm them anyway. But for some reason, the spirits are more withdrawn than usual.
Do I have any idea as to why they're like that?
Make an insight check. With a 17, you're on the road. Even as you separate yourself, this road is patrolled. You haven't seen anybody today, but you've only just left Godfrey. They have a permanent station there. Troops walk this road. They're a little nervous about anybody on the road. Especially when you know what you do about what the Empire has done.
Do we... We still have the one map, right? And it's... Is it marked to Midport?
about 40 miles outside of it.
Do we have another map of the world? Just like a generic map of the world?
They're nowhere near as accurate, but you all could have had a world map. If you don't have one and wanted one, please write one in your inventory.
Oh yeah, Norm would have definitely had one.
Penny's gonna put kind of have Skeezy trot up to Davin, and they're gonna elbow him a little bit and say, Davin, do you still have that map by any chance?
The one that we got from the. Yeah, I think so. And I'll try to reach for it in the saddle. And...
Do you mind if I take that, please?
Sure. I'll hand it to you.
Do you trust me?
Yes.
Penny's gonna cast Produce Flame and gonna light the map on fire. And then crush it in their palm to make sure that the embers don't go anywhere.
Hit all these question marks with where his dad is.
I will let you know once we get further away from town.
Was that the assignment map that you just burned?
That was the map that had a conspicuous large circle in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been the one telling us to go to Midport.
So that map had covered from Godfrey up to Idris. So it was only on this side of the continent.
So why?
The spirits here are nervous, and my snap judgment was to destroy the one piece of evidence that could have made the thing that made them nervous less suspicious of us.
Also, not a bad idea if we're running to a blockade or a checkpoint.
Fair.
Rule number 1 of a good grift is leave no evidence.
Mm-hmm.
We just left town.
I know, and I'm sorry. I made a snap decision, and I'm regretting it a little bit now. But
How hard can it be to find this place that we're going to?
it's
like,
40 miles
it's that
away
way.
from Midport. It's fine. We just keep following the road. We'll be fine.
That way.
We have other maps, I'm sure.
Well, I don't have one. Do you have another map?
I'll turn back around and I will go find us another map.
No, don't
No,
turn
no.
now.
We're fine. We're fine.
I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna keep. We're just gonna keep moving for now. I'm not gonna hurt. I don't. I hold like I have the reins in my hand because I'm like trying to like control this.
Penny's gonna take another good berry out of their pocket and give it to Devin.
Thank you. Let's keep going, I guess. To an apparent, we know where ish we're going. We just don't know where to.
Smallman, you know where we're going, right?
Boom!
See,
That's right, Smallman.
Smallman's got it.
Yes, we're going to explode.
We're going to boom. It's fine.
I would have
We'll
had
go
my world map, and I have a bunch of places that I've already put like sightseeing marks on, and I would have just put another spot where that map that we were
Hmm.
originally given put. It's a very touristy map because Adelaide being a place where a lot of people are like, oh, we're gonna go over here, or oh, we're gonna go over there. Like it's a world map, general.
Okay.
As the sun begins to quickly set, we're all sitting here on the road inside of this beautiful and mysterious forest. As the light begins to die, the trees themselves glow ever so slightly. The amount of glow is if you were within 5 feet of a candle,
Hmm.
but it's all of these trees. So there's always just that low, ever present glow around you.
This is lovely. Um, I guess at some point we're going to have to rest, and I'm assuming we're nowhere near a town. So, shall we rest for the evening?
Yeah, that's fine.
Try to find a place to do that?
Or we can just set up camp around here.
Well, I would prefer to be off the road.
Oh, that's fair. Yes.
Make a survival check.
Oh, do I have that skill? That's a good question.
all of us or
Uh,
just
oh.
some of us?
I do have it. Oh, 22.
Yeah. So as you guys begin to fan out a bit, Davin, you are the one who comes back to everybody else that you have found a campsite. This looks like a permanent setup campsite.
Ah.
The ground itself is raised. The trees ring this area. The ground is almost perfectly flat. It's still soil and everything else. They do have a number of rocks, larger rocks set up in a ring, and a bunch of small gravel set up in the middle of it.
This will do. Perfect.
It is 60 feet across.
This will definitely do.
Now, Davin, you know this from your trip from Clement to Idris, Cyprus, and Penny. You know from your trips across parts of the country as well that there are innumerable campsites spaced about a day apart that started out as somebody just making camp. And when somebody else comes along, they've generally worked it up and made it a little bit easier for the next day and for the next time. And it's continued this way until you now have these campsites all within about of a day of each other, considering what people could travel. Not everybody can afford an airship, and not everybody is traveling somewhere that they need to go by sea, but everyone needs a good and safe place to camp.
Perfect. So this will. Go ahead.
In Abdego's saddlebags, you will find 2 large tents.
I was probably going to go sleep up in a tree. Immediately starts climbing up. Gets up on a cushiony, like, big branch, and then just ties himself to the tree.
Do you go to sleep then immediately? Power down? However you do this?
Do you want me to keep watch first?
I could do first watch if you want to do yourself a little rest. Okay. Yep. There it is.
As you tell Norm that you'll take first watch, you see the armor almost slinky out as they enter their rest.
I mean, he does not lose his shape whenever he's unconscious. It's just like one of those things. He just like before, it's just like very much a Jello-esque, like, in the sense of Smallman messes with him a little bit, and then it also goes to sleep on the branch. But he does, he would not have got into ready mode to, like, fight anybody. He hasn't showed you that, but yeah, he just goes to sleep. But he's just up top. Like, not very high up, probably like 15 feet up, just sitting there.
It's unnerving though.
Oh, absolutely.
Because anybody with bones would definitely be uncomfortable in this position.
Oh, see, I keep looking, and I'm trying to, like, everyone kind of knows basic, like biology. I know we're all like, Cypress and Drolor, you're kind of different, but you're at least, bipedal and humanoid-ish. I'm looking at Norm up in this tree in this very awkward, like, but very power. I'm like,
big suit of armor.
Yeah, just in his armor, just
that he is. You've never seen him take off.
No, that's that's the part. As I've like been walking in this heavy ass chainmail all day, or like riding in this heavy ass chainmail, it's still a lot. So I'm just like, oh, is he doing that?
He had no signs of like discomfort during the hot ride day, even though he's warned everyone else it's gonna be a hot one, and he's just in his big suit of armor, just talking to Smallman throughout.
I don't understand.
I don't like it either. But
I was gonna say as we went through the woods, but he would not have showed off like his tethers and stuff to Cypress, because I know Cypress had asked about it. He's just like, we'll just come back to that whenever it comes back naturally.
Yeah, I can wait. Cypress. Well, since first watch is being established, Cypress is going to sit down on the outside of one of the tents so we can see like where the road is. I imagine since we're off, there's going to be a bit of that. See people go by, if they go by.
Because the campsite is so large, the road itself is only about 30 feet away.
Okay.
And because the campsites are so often used, they're not exactly hiding places. So you will always get the benefits at one of these campsites that no natural predators mess with you.
Okay. Yeah.
However, people, on the other hand,
yeah,
and people know about these campsites.
That's why I'm up in a tree.
Yeah. For first watch, for his little duty, Cypress is going to like get the fire pit going and then use produce flame and just throw that in there, and he's gonna like I assume we have like camping supplies and stuff, so take a bucket that has, presumably water in it if there's a water source nearby, and put that close by. And then he's going to settle down, being able to see as much of the space as possible in front of one of the tents. He's going to take out what is like a machete and stick it, like as he's reclining, he's going to set that down like on his knee, and then take out his leather-bound book and start flipping through it and going over some of his formulas and spell work and his medicinal knowledge for his turn doing watch. And every time he finishes a page, he's going to look up and scan, and then go back down, finish a page, and scan each time.
Okay. Who's going to have second watch?
I'll take second watch.
Okay. So, Cypress, your watch comes to an end. It's been charmingly peaceful. You haven't needed. The day was really warm, and the night is still a bit warm, so you don't need heavy blankets or anything else. And it is a welcome change for you.
Yeah, that's why he was eager to stay up for that first watch, is kind of get a feel of that slightly cooler nighttime activity, but anything's better than the frigidness that he came from.
Yeah, only one other person might have a more frigid backstory. Hello. But as you sit here, your watch goes peacefully. Just the gentle light from the trees that has suffused this place is enough for you to read by. So you don't have to worry about that. You guys haven't even needed to set a fire. You guys have had good berries, so you haven't needed to worry about food or dipping into rations. And your watch comes to an end. As Davin begins his, who's going to pick up third? Penny's got third. And who's got fourth? All right. Droller's going to have fourth. And Norm will go ahead and take the fifth watch. If you guys can, wake him. So,
I figured somebody would just throw like a rock at me or like a pebble.
boom!
Mooch just goes up and like starts messing with you.
Oh yeah. If Smallman woke me up with Boom, I think at that point, being already tied up to the top of a tree, he immediately would have been like, "What?" And then like immediately his hand morphs into like not his hand, but like a big part of his hand. You just see who would have been awake. It would have been Droller.
Well,
Droller, what do you?
it's not your shift yet.
Okay, yeah.
So, David, as you begin your shift, what are you doing? Snacking, kind of.
Just snacking through his shift.
It's that good berry.
I wasn't expecting to get asked something so quickly. Davin. Well, actually, no, he wouldn't snack. He would take a moment. He would let the fire that's slow going just keep watch on it, and then he will actually pace, kind of keeping an eye in all directions, and also it's a way to kind of keep him awake so that he can stay vigilant. He won't distract his eyes with a book or reading or looking at anything else, but like just catching to see. these woods are not familiar to him. So he wants to make sure that the rest of the party is safe. So
Roll perception.
here we go. And that is rolled a 1 for a total of 6.
Devin, you're not sure how long it's been, but when you open your eyes again,
Fuck.
everybody's still at camp. Nothing snuck up on you. You're breathing. You're not bleeding.
Kind of, I realized I walked towards a tree, and I was like looking at it, and like, this is really nice. I wonder how this feels. Like, and I would have turned my back onto it and just like done like that like bear rub like on the back, and it would have just hit that spot that is like you've not been able to touch that spot in years, and it just hits, and I'm instantly like cool, like oh, that feels so good. And I closed my eyes for a second, and that's all she wrote. And then I suddenly wake up and I'm like, fuck. I kind of look, and I look down, I look up, and I look up like I'm looking at Norm, trying to that's just thing that's there, and like, and everything looks fine, right? I'm gonna like check my pockets and do all the things.
Everything appears fine.
Okay. Kind of curses. I said fuck anyway, but I curses again, and then he'll go to I think wake up. Finn was the next watch.
Yep, Penny has the next watch.
Or Penny. Penny has the next watch. So he'll like tap you to wake you. Everything's great. Have a good night. And like hurriedly, like in kind of embarrassed, like go and nestle back down to try to get back to sleep.
Penny immediately thinking that Davin is upset with them for burning the map earlier in the day. It's like, oh yeah, okay, okay, and I gets out of the tent or wherever and stretches and does a quick like perimeter jog to wake himself up, and then sits down on a rock near the fire and pulls something out of their pocket and sits there quietly, almost in like a meditative state as they keep watch.
Roll perception.
Oh. I was hoping if I said good things that I wouldn't have to, but that's a 6.
But guidance was still on, so it's 9.
But guidance is still... I don't know how to turn guidance off, but it's a good thing it's a cantrip and I can just do it whenever.
That's right. As you sit here meditating, the voices of the spirits just become louder. You still can't understand what they're saying, though.
Can I try to understand what they're saying, though?
With your perception, you're literally too far away from which voices as they come through. If you want to attempt to empathically sense it because of your connection, you can make a charisma check.
What's the worst that could happen if I just do a charisma check?
You could roll a natural 1 for a 5.
We're gonna say that's not gonna happen. We're gonna be optimistic, and it's a 6, so like it could have been worse.
It could have been 100% worse.
Could have been
Point,
one less on the die roll.
0.5. We take those. We take those.
All you sense from the spirits around is the unease. You're not sure what's exactly causing it. You have some pretty good guesses, but you're not sure exactly what's their immediate cause.
I want to. Penny's going to take a deep breath and is going to let it out slowly and is going to hold the carved dragon's horn that they received right before they left home in their hands and is going to say, "Why are you so nervous? Why are you at unrest?"
As you sit here holding your horn, Smooches comes over as you've gotten out of the tent. As they make their way over to you, and they kind of just put their paws up on the horn too, looking at you. 1 second.
Okay. So Smooches is a cute little red dragon, and Smooches is just a little baby. And Smooches just like has little 2 like little horns that are coming in. And I'm saying this while Eric's distracted, so he can't say no to this. And then Penny's just gonna see Smooches being cute and is just gonna take Penny's little carved dragon horn that they got from their family and is just gonna put the little dragon horn on Smooches' little forehead and just make Smooches like a little unicorn dragon.
What size is Smooches?
Smooches in my head, because Eric said Smooches is like house cat size, Smooches is the exact same size as Connor's cat Phoebe.
Perfect. Because Smallman's tiny.
Smallman could probably ride Smooches into battle.
So you said red with like a unicorn horn?
He's got like 2 little horns that are coming out of his head,
Mhm.
and then Penny just takes the carved dragon horn memorabilia and just puts it right in the middle of his forehead, so he's a tricorn.
So as you're sitting here asking this question, holding this, it's Smooches who answers you.
I don't like that.
Mama,
Oh god.
they don't like the other ones. They're not like me.
How long have you been able to talk?
I learn a little bit more every day.
Did Smallman teach you how to talk?
No, he can only say boom. But the thing is Smooches isn't speaking. You're just hearing this.
Or
Yeah.
is the voice in my head you, my wee little bab? Or am I finally going crazy?
Cypress is asleep, so it could only be me.
Ooh. Smooches, what did you mean by What you said.
The ones you saw at the fair?
Aye.
These spirits here, they're kind of like me. We don't like those guys.
I didn't like those guys either, Smooches. How long have you been able to talk?
Well, you only recently made me my house. And I'm learning a little bit more every day.
How much of a sponge is your brain?
Fuck.
That's my boy. That's my boy. You know, pick him up and give him a little smooch on his forehead and then put him back down. That's my wee lad. I'm proud of you, son.
Is it awake time?
If you mean... We're keeping watch. We're making sure that everyone else is safe while they sleep. So that Uncle Cypress can sleep and make his weird little concoctions in his weird little brain. And so that Uncle Norm can do whatever it is Uncle Norm does. And so that Uncle Stroller and Davin can get the rest that they deserve.
Did you say Antle Norm?
I said Entel because Entel is the non-binary version of aunt and uncle.
Well, I learned something, and I just thought you pronounced it as Antle, as in Aunt Uncle.
It is Entle, and it is what my dog niece. Well, she doesn't refer to me as Entel, but my friends who are my dog niece's parents call me Entel Finn.
Aww.
Her name is Maggie, and she's my best friend in the whole wide world.
Aww.
That's sweet. I wish I had
Yeah.
one of those.
Eric, do you want me to be your Entel Finn?
No, I meant a best friend in the whole wide world.
I'm not going to Florida, but I will still be I'll be your long distance Entel.
I just want a friend I could play D&D with in person.
Oh,
Ah.
look, you have. Oh, okay. You said the in-person part. I was going to say there's 5 of us.
So, with your new understanding of Smooch's abilities,
I'm now going to say worse words than fuck.
we're not allowed to say the C word here.
I can say it in my mind.
You can hear it in your mind, as long as you're within 100 feet. But your watch comes to a peaceful end.
I'm going to send
Weird.
Smooches up in the tree to cuddle
No, it was
with
Trolar.
Norm.
And I think
That's right. It's my turn next. Yeah, Droller's gonna awake, and when he's taking watch, is usually just sitting around trying to take in the sounds and sights of the forest. He's looking up at the stars, thinking back to the past 3 years being up at the Skylands, and it's just kind of in a bit of a reflective state right now, this being the first full day back and with everybody.
And what does that make you feel?
I just had therapy this morning. No.
You're tapped out on that question.
No. Drolor, just he sees a lot more in just a new light now after experiencing what he's experienced and now being out back into the world. It was almost like he was in a different world this entire time. So this is almost like doing his best to calm and ground himself, and also remind himself that he's back, that he's not in a weird timey-wimey space anymore. Yeah, and it's just just grounding himself back into what he perceives right now as reality.
As you contemplate this, the spirits come to you as well. You're hearing them more hurried. Make a perception check.
Oh boy, here we go. 13.
As your awareness and the spirit's confidence now, as it's been so long and no one's trying to hurt them, smash them.
Droller kind of just gives a quick look around at that.
Break them. Free them.
What? Break what?
The fake ones.
And Drolar goes from his calm mindset to just a spinning gears in his head of just putting everything together now with hearing this. Are you talking about those crystals?
And the bodies.
And the what?
And the bodies. Free them. Trapped. Tortured. Imprisoned.
Yes. We hear you. We will try to help. And he's making a note in his mind to make sure to talk to Penny as soon as they wake up. Because Penny knows about these a lot more than I do. I'm like, so he's like, do you know where where can we do you know where the best place to look for them are?
Show me. And you see a light hovering in the trees just off the distance, just outside the circle.
My own personal instincts says do not go towards the light. But knowing Jorlor, he's going to be entranced and is going to stand up and start walking towards it.
Okay. So as Jorlor walks towards the light, this will-o'-the-wisp, if you will, you step out, holding out your hand. The light comes to meet you and rests in your palm. And time stops and expands at once, something you were all too familiar with.
I'm immediately casting mage armor on myself.
This all happens in an instant.
Mm-hmm.
You'll cast mage armor as soon as it ends.
Oh, fair. Okay. Yeah, I would know that.
But you don't see the world. You feel it. And you feel every living thing on it. For just a second, you're part of everything. Because everything is in time. And then you feel the things walking around that aren't living.
I see.
And they're everywhere. Scattered across continents. Floating in the sky. Marching down streets. Taking this very road. Across the world, you feel them. And then you're back. As the wisp leaves your hand.
Thank you.
Smash them, break them, free them.
Understood.
Torture, imprisoned, free them. Smash them, break them.
Okay, yes, I get it. Yes, we will. And I'm gonna slowly make my way back to my watch spot.
As you make this commitment, you feel a warm shiver run down your spine.
Jorlor is in stunned silence at that. Almost looking around to see if there's a presence he did not realize at first.
As you begin to look around, a new found ability begins to reveal itself. As you look at the forest, you see the acorn, you see the sapling, you see the tree, you see it in full bloom, you see it as in fall as all the leaves have left, you see it in new bloom in spring. You see it as it's aged and rotten and fallen over all at once. You see your friends. You see them as infants. You see them as toddlers. You see them as adults. You see them potentially old and gray and potentially passed on. And as soon as it happens, it's over. Your training, you are the only one who could command an ability like this, even if you don't know what it means or how to use it yet.
This is powerful. And just reminding myself why I'm here and to make sure that I'm whatever this is, hopefully I can use it wisely once I learn how to. It doesn't just happen and scare the shit out of me.
It does that too.
Like, no joke, dude. I was actually getting real goosebumps right now. Fuck.
I mean, did you want to look at smooches?
What?
Did you want to look at smooches?
No! No. I'm not gonna look at smooches. Absolutely not. That would make me cry. No. I think
Go ahead.
I think now it's like Drolor, after seeing this and trying to calm himself, is just trying to grasp what just happened and what he just learned about himself and his abilities. And it's gone from being out, like, looking outward and keeping watch to now honestly looking inward and almost studying himself right now. He wants to make sure that this can't be used for something nefarious, whether on purpose or accidentally.
As you sit here and try and look around, trying to understand what it is, you can see the pieces of things that are now, and you can see what they were and what they will become. Even looking at the fire in your camp, you see the rocks around the fireplace as you see them as massive boulders as they get broken apart into smaller rocks, and then finally smaller rocks and smaller rocks, and finally eventually they become gravel, and eventually they become dust. However, as you look at the tents don't change. As the one bit of information you were able to learn from looking around just your campsite, you can see things that are naturally found, not manufactured. Because the thing that's manufactured is having its destiny altered.
Oh,
Oh shit!
It clicks in Drolo's hair. He's gonna be able to figure out the fakes. I see now. But damn, is it this starting to cause he's saying this to himself while also trying to make himself not go crazy from seeing all this change in front of him uncontrollably.
It's not uncontrollably anymore. The initial thing happened.
Yeah.
Now you actually have to look at something and choose to do it. And now, once per short rest, you can activate the Eyes of Time.
Hell yeah. Nice.
They're also called the Eyes of Destiny or the Eyes of Fate, depending on which culture.
Mm-hmm.
But your watch comes to an end.
And I get up, and Norm's next, right?
Boom! You're muted.
Damn it, Smallman! Every time. Okay. I can never be mad at you and just. Boom! Yep. Okay, I should have expected that.
As you
All right.
wake up, there's a small dragon sitting on your head.
Oh, hello, smooches. Keeping us company. Right. I guess it is my turn to do the watch. Okay. He's going to give Almond a little vial, and he says, "All right, Smallman, you know what to do with this if the time comes. Go on and
Boom?
go." Yes, boom, boom. Yes, exactly, boom. Just go and nap with Penny and all of them. I'll be fine. Like, puts Smallman on smooches for him to go off with him.
As Smallman gets on Smooch's back and Smooches then flies back over to Penny.
He's gonna just grab onto the trees. He doesn't have his cords right now, but he's just gonna easily climb down and go ahead and take watch.
As you sit through just a few moments, it's 15 minutes as David slept through a bit longer than his watch should have been, before the sun starts to rise.
His eyes are gonna go from the green of his dark vision to just regular, like his yellow eyes, as he looks at sees the sun breaking through the horizon.
As the sun begins to crest, you see a small orange blob has made its way to the edge of your campsite.
He is just in terms of knowing just creatures in general, he's going to immediately put up his hand, and right above his hand, basically a slot opens up and a gun barrel comes out, and then
As you're doing this, as you sit here and pull out the gun and the shield, the blob goes from a smooth, round surface all the way around to parts of it indent, and it makes a sad face.
He kind of puts in his he just taps his little druid craft that he was using earlier, does a little whoopsie face. He's like, wait, I could have just done that with my hands. I'm sorry. Are you passing through?
As it goes to a happy face.
Charades. Okay. Could you, by chance, not go through the campsite with my friends?
As it sits here, it just like sort of turns a little bit and just starts sliding across the ground just outside the camp and keeps going.
But that was fucking weird. Oh wait, Smallman's not with me.
As it goes past you, it doesn't turn. It just makes a face on the other side. And then you see the face that was a smiley face goes sort of neutral. And then just you see like a hand print as it just goes like this.
Nor make friends with it. It could be your party pet.
That's kind of fucked up. Okay. Just puts a hand up and just waves. I don't know what else Norm would do aside from being very hesitant because he's like, I've got a job to do. I'm supposed to make sure nothing comes into the camp. I don't know this slime. I've got Smallman on the radio ready to break a mysterious vial in the middle of camp.
So, as the small orange blob continues to pass from view, you all begin to wake up to begin your day. Everybody achieves a long rest. But that is where we are going to end tonight. So, thank you all for sticking with us tonight. I know, no combat. I rolled for encounters, nothing happened. But the story is more about our characters and the interaction with the world than it is, fighting for fighting's sake. And we thank you so much for joining us this evening. Let's go around and tell everyone who we are, and we'll sign off. We'll start on the top with Riku.
Hello, everyone. This is Riku. And I played Drolor tonight. Your big ol' Studemarian wizard, Chrono Wizard. Yay. You can find me on social media under Pup Riku or Puppy Riku. You can also find me on the Vibe Tribe on various other games. So feel free to check us out. And looking forward to playing even more. Now I gotta go shake off these goosebumps a bit.
All right, Finn.
Hi, my name is Finn. I've been playing as Penny, who is the party summoner. You can catch me on Vibe Tribe every other Sunday at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time as I DM the 5e adventure Between the Pros, which has some of these lovely, cool people in the cast as well.
Hey everyone, it's Damon, aka Theater Cub 79, our DMA Gamer 79 on most places like TikTok and Twitter and what have you. You can also find me in the Vibe Tribe playing in the Golden Feathers of Tian Tang. Um, um, and in this game, I play Davin, your Duskblade fighter. What does that mean? You'll find out. Oh.
All right, Connor.
Hi, I'm Connor. I've been playing Cypress, the Heron-Gone Alienist Apothecary, which I'm very excited to start showing off more and more of my class features. Special thanks to Eric for turning me on to the Apothecary as a class. It is absolutely awesome and wonderful, and I'm having a ball with it. You can find me on Vibe Tribe. You can go back to some of our Season 2 games. I was in A Walk Among Gods and Neon Memories and Duskvale. You can also find me now on the current Season 3 roster here, playing Cypress, as well as Between the Pros, where I play Love the Tiefling Ranger, and also in El Juego, where I play Sinisa, the Anabagwin Investigator, which is our Pathfinder 2E game, over also on Vibe Tribe, which I've said. Anyway, that's me. Okay, bye, thanks.
All right, Dan.
Hey everybody, it's me, Dan. Play Norm Allman, just normal man artificer. Loving it. You can also catch me on Between the Pros as well, as I play a big old Goliath barbarian that's just a himbo that cares about everybody. But yeah, super excited to really get into it, see what everybody's got going on with their characters, and be very precarious against oozes that smile at me, because stranger danger is important.
What's up, Internet? I am Dungeon Master Eric. I have the absolute privilege to have this group as my cast here on Vibe Tribe. I also get to play the half-elven bard College of Lore Quill on Between the Pros. I have another game on another channel in which I DM for that, and it is a 5th edition Witcher campaign. And that is a lot of fun. Great cast over there. We're not allowed to share the other channel's information, but if you contact me at any social media at Dungeon Master Eric, I would be happy to share you that information. This has been fun. I know it was a slow burn. We're sitting here trying to figure out what the next steps are and everything else. The reuniting with everyone, after 3 years, and things are happening. And let's break everybody's hearts again with Mama. So
He talked. I didn't expect him to talk. Who taught my child to talk?
Everything talks. Everything.
yeah, and Norm just turned down the affections of the cute little slime.
I don't know you, slime. I don't know you. I got friends that are sleeping right now. I got nothing. Little somebody could come down and say, "Hey, this is $1 million." He would have been like, "Go away. I don't know you."
But we thank you so much for sticking with us. We absolutely love you. Please join us again every other Monday here on Vibe Tribe Productions. All right, got to do these little bits. Yeah, where is it? There it is. Good night.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's going to happen next time? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.